In terms of the land, Alaska is huge. Its raw beauty is painted on a grand scale. But in terms of that which is human, political and social, the slate is small enough for one person to make a difference. There are fewer than 1 million people here, considerably fewer than live in just San Jose, California, or just Indianapolis, Indiana, spread out across the entire state that's over twice the size of Texas.
Oh, sweet Alaska, your hills are calling me home. With the sweet smell of springtime, I long to be there. Alaska is where I belong.
Alaska is a young state. Our Constitution is not yet 60 years old. Alaska still has a frontier mentality and frontier possibilities. There's a feeling that you can help shape the present and the future of the state, that one person can make a difference, and that together we are making history. That land of community and contradictions is my Alaska.
And I came up here for 1 year. I was staying for 1 year only. And I'm not sure when I decided not to leave or if I just never got around to leaving. I stayed initially because of the physical environment and the solace that I get from just looking out my window every morning and every evening. But I realized that part of the reason I stay in Alaska is because I'm a thrill seeker. And I'm not a thrill seeker like going skydiving or rock climbing, but in doing everyday stuff. In Fairbanks, you find that some of these everyday things can actually kill you. And when it doesn't kill you, then you get a little jolt and you feel more alive and you realize that I need to pay more attention and be more prepared and be more thoughtful about what I'm doing. Like perhaps you're loading a canoe on top of your car and you clobber yourself in the head and then fall to the ground. Or perhaps it's 40 below and the power goes out and you can't get your generator starting and your house is starting to get really cold. Or perhaps it's when you go fishing and you're running a load of fish to the truck, you're covered in fish guts, you're on your bicycle careening through the woods and you come upon a bear cub and its mother. All of those things I've lived through or watched someone else live through. And each of those things was a little thrill that made me think, wow, I'm still lucky to be alive. This is a marvelous place to live.
One of the things that brought me to Alaska, I came here in December of 1984, was to live in a place that's surrounded by wilderness. If you were to take off in any direction out of Fairbanks, there's no fences, there's no roads, you just go.
I've become a part of this community through volunteer work and with a number of organizations. Fairbanks is a small town, and I feel connected here. Fairbanksans share harsh winters and warm friendships. That is part of the Alaska experience. A paradox is that Alaska has nurtured my spirit of independence and dependence on others. That's what Alaska means to me.
People who don't like it up here are kind of pariahs, and you really don't want to spend much time with them because it's hard here and you don't need anyone dragging you down. So being with a herd of reindeer, they love it here. This is where they are designed. They never complain. They're always happy. They never shiver. I have one with arthritis. She just gets to ice her leg most of the year. It's just, she's so happy. And so that has really changed my attitude. And I take them out for walks and they never complain, and it's been really a fabulous place.
A few years ago, 8 to be exact, Michael Feldman was here in Fairbanks doing a broadcast of What Do You Know? Of Alaska, he said, "What's not to like? You're with people who want to be among people who don't want to be among people." He said, what a sense of community that builds. So I'm not sure that I agree with that. I think that for many of us, we did not come here looking for community. Community may have been the last thing on our minds. But I am obnoxious to think that Alaskans are more creative, more adventuresome, more nonconformist, and for the most part, more open-minded than most folks I grew up with. Good community may not be what drew us to Alaska, but for me at least, it is what has made me stay and what makes it hard to imagine living anywhere else.
Oh, sweet Alaska, your hills are calling me home. With the sweet smell of springtime, I long to be there. Alaska is where I belong. It's the land, it's the people, it's the freedom of both. It's a place you can stretch out and grow. As through this old world I've rambled and roamed, I finally found myself home. Oh, sweet